Extreme Home Makeover. My name is Travis Buck, presently serving as mayor of Grandview. Wanted to take a couple seconds to let y'all know how much the Crownovers need your help. The city of Grandview stands behind them. They are wonderful people to our community. Community wouldn't be the same without the Crownovers, and I strongly encourage you to look at all the videos that have been sent and consider the Crownovers for your next project. Thanks so much.
I'm Lisa Powell, and I work for the Johnson County District Attorney's Office. I want to talk to you about Ernest Crownover today. I know him as JoJo. I've known him for many years. I want to tell you a little bit about him. He played football for Baylor, and that's how we kind of got to know each other because I'm a Baylor girl. He is one of those student athletes who actually graduated, and I guess he knew from the beginning what kind of guy he wanted to be. He wanted to help people. After college, he went to work for MHMR, and he worked there with people who are mentally challenged. And after I think he spent about 6 or 7 years there. And then he went to work for the probation department here. And that's really how I got to know him better, because I do all the work with the probation department, and so I work real closely with JoJo. And he handles the mental health caseload, which has got to be probably the hardest job there, because in our system, and this may be more than you want to know, but in our system, we don't have an answer for those people. JoJo lives in Grandview, Texas, which is in Johnson County, and he lives in a house that is about 1,200 square feet. He lives with his wife and his kids and his dad. His wife has had some health problems. I don't want to violate their privacy, so I'll just say she's had some health problems, and they're ongoing. His dad recently moved in with them. Again, he's got major health problems and needs constant care. JoJo works from 8 to 5 every day, and then he goes home to a house where 9 people live. His dad, he and his wife, and his six children. They have 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom in a house where 9 people live. But you would never know that. JoJo comes home from work every day, and he has this awesome relationship with not just his kids, but with all the kids in Grandview. He has coached basketball and football. I don't even know how many years, for years and years and years. He's coached all of his kids. He's involved with all of his kids. His oldest child, he's trying to help with college, Alexis. I can't go through all their ages. I don't know. I think the youngest one's in 3rd grade. He is constantly doing something with his kids and with the kids at that city. Even in the summertime, when there aren't any organized sports, he gets this group of kids together, whoever wants to come, and they do exercises. They run the bleachers, and they run, and this is just this guy who just cares about people. Let me describe him. He is huge. He's your former football player who has not gotten all yucky. That's a terrible word. He is huge. He is tall, and I have to stand in heels. I have to stand on my tippy toes to hug him. And that may sound funny coming from a prosecutor that I'm hugging a probation officer, but that's just the kind of guy he is. It doesn't matter what time of the day you see him. It doesn't matter what day of the week you see him. You know he's got to have pressures, and you know he's got to have stressors. But you don't ever see JoJo without a smile on his face. He is always positive and upbeat, and you would never know. You would never know what he goes home to. And that's got to be so hard. If anybody ever deserved to be on this show, this guy, he is a teddy bear. He is a gentle giant. He is a, Ty Pennington, if you ever get to see this, and I hope you do, he's the guy that's going to make you cry. He's the guy, when you say move that bus, you are going to be so proud. Because if anybody deserves this, if anybody on this earth deserves it, it's JoJo.
Hi, my name is Tammy Gadsden, and I have worked for the Johnson County Community Supervision and Corrections Department for 16 years. And when Ernest, also known as JoJo Crownover, came to the department, I was the office manager. So I was the first person to meet him. And he has such a pleasant attitude toward life in general. I'm a pretty upbeat, happy person myself, and he puts me to shame. He has the spirit of an angel. When I first got to know JoJo, someone recommended him to this department, and I recommended him to Toby because someone had said that when he was in college, he had taken care of some friend's baby while going to football practice and also attending school full time. And then I got to know some other individuals that knew him in the community, and JoJo's always going out of his way to help others. I know JoJo to be a dependable person and a person who has come from humble upbringings, and you would never know it by what he does for others. A personal incident, I know I got married last October, and he had volunteered to smoke the chicken because he barbecues so well, and he had volunteered to smoke my chicken for my wedding for 100 people. His grandmother had just passed, and I didn't want to bother him, but he called me and stated to me, he said, sis, he said, I know I told you I was going to smoke that chicken, and I want to make sure I honor that. And that was touching to me because no matter what's going on in his life, he never allows it to affect what's going on with him daily, and he always tries to bring joy. And he was willing to drive from Grandview to Fort Worth, even though his grandmother had just passed, to bring that chicken to make sure my day was special. And even though I didn't allow him to do it, but it's just those things. I see him taking people for rides, and then some days I always work late. And one day I came, and he was out at 8 o'clock at night in his work clothes, helping fix a battery on one of the female co-workers' trucks. You can't beat him. He works out with people. When I found out I had diabetes, he would come and walk with me every day just to encourage me. Those are things that you can't find in people these days. And if he was lacking anything, you would know it, because that's just the kind of spirit and heart that he has. And if you want to say a world-deserving person, he truly deserves this house, because he's made much of what little he has. And to know him, you would not know he was living in confined. So it's such a beautiful person. I do hope and pray that he will be considered for the makeover, because he takes care of his dad, who's bound in a wheelchair now. He took care of his grandmother. He takes care of the people in the community. I get around a lot, and I've never heard a bad word from anyone about him through the community. I've sat on the city board here in Cleburne. I also sit on some boards in Fort Worth. He's known even in Tarrant County MHMR as a stand-up guy. And there's no one more deserving, I do believe, because just through his exemplary, he exemplifies what we should be to one another as we walk through life. And that should be rewarded not only in heaven but on earth too. So I really do believe that he's a well-deserved.
My name is Connie Phillips. I am a co-worker and a friend of JoJo Crownover. I've worked with JoJo for 5 years. JoJo is an exceptional person. He is probably the nicest person that I have ever met. Caring, loving. He loves his family, he loves his co-workers, and he loves his job. JoJo has been supervising a mental health caseload, which is very demanding. You have to be patient and understanding. And JoJo is probably the one employee in our department who can handle this type of caseload. JoJo has lifted me up on days that I'm down. If I'm having a bad day, you go talk to JoJo, and JoJo seems to make that day not so bad anymore. JoJo is also a personal friend and a motivator. I can also say that JoJo has never, ever said one bad thing about anybody. He's very inspirational. He loves his children. When I talk to him, his face just lights up about going to football practice with his boys, spending time with his wife and his family, he helps others. He helps others outside of his family. Where JoJo gets his energy, I don't understand. He's helping friends, co-workers, friends of friends. I just can't say enough about JoJo, and I would really love to see his family get this.
Hi, my name is Michael Lenhart, and I am a friend of the Crownovers, and I want to recommend them for Extreme Home Makeover. They are just a wonderful family. My kids play with their kids. JoJo, the dad, is out coaching all these little kids in the GYA, Grandview Youth Association Football League, just spending a lot of time and a lot of effort just to bless these kids' lives. And I think it'd be wonderful to bless them back by getting them a home that would be suitable for them. The home they have now, it's just not nearly big enough for their family. They've got a lot of children, and plus they've taken in his dad. This kind of shows you his character. His dad has diabetes, he's lost his leg, and the family's taken him in as well. So it'd be a wonderful blessing for Extreme Home Makeover to come here to Grandview and help this family out.
My name is Julie Cormier. I have known Veronica and JoJo Crownover for a very, very long time. I actually went to school with them. We have raised our kids, have been together and around each other for a long time, and this family has really overcome diversity. They struggle like everyone else does in the world, but they don't gripe and complain. They're positive and they keep trying, and we're so proud of them. My family and 4 kids are all their kids' ages, and my husband and I met them kind of reunited back in 2000, and JoJo had just had back surgery, and they had just bought their home that they're still living in now, and we went over there to see him, and he hadn't got a job, and they were struggling, and like everyone does. But I've never seen him complain. He's always got a smile and a happy face, and Veronica too. When we were over there that day, there were several bill collectors had come by, and he just had this look on his face and just put his hands over his face, and he was struggling, and I'm like, that's it, you need a break, we've been there, why don't y'all come to our house for a while, and you can just hang out there, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. They brought the children, all the kids, and we love them. They're like my nephews and my niece. We had a total of like 12 kids in our home, and it was eventful at times. But these people are wonderful. They deserve this. We all out of nature want something great like this, but this family has endured so much. He got back on his feet and got a good job, and people in the community would try to help with the home, and I know my dad went over and put some windows in to try to help. It's just the house is so old, and it really needs to be condemned, and with all of them living in that house is tough, and it really frustrates me. So, Home Extreme Makeover, please help.